Hello and welcome to Standard & Poor's Credit Matters TV. I'm Zeynep Holmes and today I'm joined by Ali Karakuyu, a senior analyst in our insurance group in EMEA. Today we're going to talk about the so-called ICRA, the Insurance Industry Country Risk Assessment for Turkey. Ali, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you explain to us how Standard & Poor's assesses the risk profile of the Turkish non-life insurance industry, insurance sector?
Yeah, Zeynep, just to put this in context, we have assigned the ICRA score for Turkey back in May 2013 when we published our new criteria. So this assessment will have an explicit impact on the business risk profile of companies that operate and write business in Turkey. And our assessment for Turkey is moderate risk. And to put this in context, we have a number of other countries that are assessed as moderate, like Russia, Spain, Italy, and the others. What makes up the ICRA score for Turkey is that we look at the country risk, which brings in our views from our sovereign analysis, and also the financial system risk, which explicitly brings in the risk profile of the banking sector, and finally the rule of payment. And the other factor is the industry risk. Here we bring in explicitly the insurance-related factors, of which there are 5.
Mm-hmm. So it's the same principle as our BICRA, the banking industry country risk assessment. You look at the macro environment and then the industry within it and assign a score.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one caveat I would add is that unlike the BICRA, ICRA isn't an anchor. It does have an influence, but it's not an anchor.
No, that's important. Okay. So going back to the Turkish industry, what are the key strengths that you see in the Turkish non-life industry?
Key strength is the barriers to entry. It is very difficult to establish yourself within the Turkish non-life sector, which is why we've seen foreign companies paying up to 2 times book value or even more in some cases. Because as a startup, while it may be easy from a regulatory perspective to enter the market, but from establishing a foothold in the distribution, particularly in the distribution channels, which is driven by the agents, it's proven very difficult. So that's a positive factor for those companies that have already established themselves in Turkey. And the other supporting factor is the institutional framework, which we view as moderately strong, and that is primarily driven by the fact that the regulator has taken significant steps. They've gone as far as trying to implement the solvency measures that are going to be implemented in Europe under Solvency II, which is yet to come. So on the way there, they have brought in, they have taken positive steps, so that positively impacts our view of the institutional framework. And the other supporting factor is the growth prospects, the market growth prospects. As we all know, Turkey has been experiencing significant growth, albeit, yes, the penetration rate is low, but we've seen significant growth. For example, at the end of August 2013, the market has experienced a 24% growth compared to the same period in 2012, and that's rare in other parts of the world.
Absolutely. However, the score is moderate, so there must be weaknesses.
Yeah.
What are these?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the weaknesses are the profitability. We've been talking about this for several years now. The companies have been competing severely, and that manifested itself in particular in 2012. The market produced an aggregate negative return on equity of 10 percentage points, which is very poor. But that said, there are signs that companies are paying a little bit closer attention to the pricing, but it's yet to be seen whether that's going to be continuing beyond 2013. And the other key weakness is the product risk. As we all know, Turkey is very prone to the earthquake risk, and we have brought in that impact under what we call product risk, and also the claims duration for the motor business in particular, because bodily injury claims, which have severely impacted in some companies, it takes a long time to settle the claims, if you put it into context of non-life business.
Oh, very interesting. Well, we'll keep watching this space. Thank you very much for joining, Ali. And thank you very much for watching Credit Matters TV. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye.